including countries like Angola, Equatorial Guinea that are going over 10% per annum. We call ourselves in Nigeria, oh, it takes a while to get things moving in Nigeria. But Nigeria itself grew over 6% last year. And the rest of it, Africa is growing faster than the European community, faster than the Western economy. A friend of mine asked me yesterday when we were talking about our business, said, oh, why won't you be investing in US and all this? I said, why? The growth is in Africa. If you can do close to 10, 15% in Africa, why would I want to do close to 6% in your advanced countries? But those are the realities of Africa. And this cannot be better emphasized by things that happen in the mobile space. We are part of the companies that are doing a lot in the mobile space, and our experience has been good. For a lot of people, a mobile phone is something you used to talk. Yes, they say we talk a lot. That's true. But when we do talk about mobile phones in Africa, it's a lot more than that. It's an identity. It's the only way of reaching across to people in different, diverse areas, across limited and limitless boundary conditions. For Africa, and for Nigeria, for example, we have 46 million people with a mobile phone in Nigeria at last count. Now, Nigeria has overtaken South Africa as the largest mobile market in Africa. Right now, despite all these challenges, the mobile phone is still growing faster in Africa than anywhere else. World Bank recently said sub-Saharan Africa is the fastest growing mobile telecommunication market in the world. And we've just reached 17% penetration. That still leaves a huge gap for more growth and for more benefit. But what does mobile phone offer to an African? To some of us, it's used as a means of banking. A lot of people use it just to bank, to send money, like you normally do with your credit card and stuff like that in the States. You actually use it to send money to the rural areas. And what does it mean to other industries? We are part of a project now with the World Bank institution that we're also starting and trying to look at about microfinance. A microfinance bank approach and wondering, how can they get a little bit of data about people on what they do and what they spend and stuff? And after thinking, and I was surprised when a colleague also mentioned that the challenges they're having, and it was, we are arriving at the spend on the mobile phone. If you have someone that has a mobile phone and is always attached to that mobile phone, and it can be in a far-flung village, you've got a database of how he's spending it. So if every month he spends $70 or $100 a month on telephone calls, you can probably have an idea of what his disposable income is and know what kind of risk you can, using all that data you can use to extend the world credit to this individual. But that is what is important if you want to do business in Africa. You will have to come in intention to do business, but at times what you see in Europe and what you see in Western world might not be available in Africa. But if you can flip the coin over, those challenges represent opportunities on what you can do. We have turned ourselves into a transformational company. We've done a lot of things, and part of the thing we're working about is we have a challenge of traffic in Nigeria. It's crazy about Nigeria because we don't have enough roads, and we have a lot of cars. Economic boom is bringing in there. But the traffic light doesn't work. Why don't they work? Not that they are faulty, because they can't be powered. The utility will rather power homes than power traffic lights. So what are we trying to do? We are going and engaging government and saying, guess what? We'll put up the traffic lights across here, and we'll make them work, and say, yeah, we've done that 10 times. Why should we pay? You don't have to pay. And what are we doing? We are putting on traffic lights with LEDs, and we're going to power this with solar power. And at the same time, how do we tell them, no, you don't have to pay? Say, guess what? On each of those traffic stop lights, we're going to put a small advert. You know something about traffic lights? You have to stop and look. That's something about it. So putting a small advert gives you so much obvious advantage to an advertiser. The revenue from that is going to be used to pay for installing the traffic lights. Now everybody's on board. I get benefit and I don't pay. And when we say that to the authorities, say, guess what? Can I have cameras on there too, so we can take people that actually don't obey traffic lights and earn revenue? Say, well, you can do that on your own name, not on our name. We don't want to get burned. But that is what Africa is about. It's a land of opportunities, and I'm happy and I'm grateful that IBM has given us this opportunity to tell our little story. We are in a hurry to develop. We are in a hurry to develop, I not say, but we can only do it with the support of everybody in this room and everybody that will hear our little message. We hope our generations and generations after us will say thank you to IBM for making this possible. Thank you for